In this course, I wanted to do a little introduction to slap bass for you, just so you can see the inner workings of how it sounds so cool. Like, I remember the first time I heard it, I was just like, whoa, what is that? And, got the bass out and I was there with a thumb. There wasn't the internet, way back when. So I was kind of figuring it out, kind of knowing what people were doing. But most of all, I really didn't know what was going on. So it really kind of eluded me for, a few years until I saw a specific video and I was like, oh, that's what they're doing. So I've put this little riff together. You heard it at the start of this tutorial. And I'm going to take you through the riff. But first of all, I want to talk a little bit about technique and exactly how you should approach the right hand of when you're playing slap. So slap bass was popularized by guys like Marcus Miller, Larry Graham, Bootsy Collins, who played with James Brown way back in, I think it was like late 60s, early 70s. And the signature part of the sound is that slap, which is why it's called slap bass. You do that with your thumb, and you're actually hitting there when I was doing it, I'm just like hitting the E string with this bony part of my thumb here. So it's there. Now, many people play this way, so the thumb is going across the strings like this. But some people equally play like this. So the thumb is almost round like this. That's the technique I use. That's the other technique. So it's slightly different, I'd recommend playing with both. When you're playing with the technique I use, your bass needs to be up a little bit. And I think I normally, I play my bass like this kind of vibe. So that's possibly why I use this technique. Whereas some people play with the basses straighter like this. Maybe that's why they play with their thumb in this way. So the thumb's part of the technique, but also the pop as well, okay? So there, I'm thumb. The pop is just, I'm pulling away the string away. And you're getting the clank because the string is bouncing back against the top fret of the bass, okay? Now, when you're playing slap bass, you want to be playing around this area of the bass, around here, because you want the strings to be bouncing off these top frets here, which gives you that. If you're playing on a bass and the action's too high, when you slap it, the string actually won't hit those top frets, and you won't get that, that slap sound. So if you're struggling getting the slap sound, it might be because the strings of your bass are a little too high. So you need to get them lowered so they hit the frets like that. When it comes to the technique of your right arm or your left arm, depending on if you're right or left-handed, your plucking hand normally, okay, I see a lot of people doing this, okay, so moving the entire arm, so I can't even do it, so I'm like this kind of thing, and it's not that movement. The movement you should use is just the same as if you were to grab the knob of a door handle and turn it like that. It's this movement, okay? That movement. So this part of the arm, if you want to sort of like get laser focused on it, this part of the arm, although you'll see me, there is a little bit of movement there. The main movement is this rotation. If I was super clever, I'd be able to tell you exactly what bone that was there I'm rotating, but I'm not. So yeah, so it's almost like grabbing the handle of a door and turning it. It's that same movement. This part of the arm stays pretty still, and this moves there. And that's the rotation there. I'm doing it like this. If you were playing like that, you can see even more. But obviously you're not rotating it fully. It's just that movement. So sometimes I like to get my students just to So you deaden, you put your hands over the strings here, so you can't hear anything, and you just play thumb, pluck, thumb, pluck, thumb, pluck, thumb, pluck. And just get used to that movement. Thumb, pluck, thumb, pluck, thumb, pluck, thumb, pluck. And you're just getting used to that rotation. Another variation of that could be thumb, thumb, pluck. So thumb, thumb, pluck, thumb, thumb, pluck. But start slow and then build slowly, okay? So the first exercise there was just thumb, pluck, thumb, pluck. So again, you can build that speed. And then the second exercise was thumb, thumb, pluck. I should say that I'm making sure I've got all 4 fingers on here, so I'm not getting any weird harmonics. All 4 fingers, so the strings are completely dead. Thumb, thumb, pluck, okay? So thumb, thumb, pluck, thumb, thumb, pluck. I'm going to turn this way so you can see exactly. I'm going to thumb, pluck, thumb, thumb, pluck, thumb, thumb, pluck. And then just slowly speed it up. You could speed it up over a number of weeks. And to get that kind of speed, there's guys that can do it a lot faster than me. To get that type of speed, the hand has to be really relaxed. I'm still, you know, it's really relaxed, this sort of like movement of the arm there. And that's kind of the key to it. There's guys like who should you check out? Like guys like Mark King, Victor Wooten, who are the slap guys? The guys that I said, you know, Larry Graham, Marcus Miller's probably my favourite guy. He's just so funky when he slaps. Check these guys out if you haven't already. Just make a note of their names and check them out, because obviously listening to players that are doing this style is kind of your sort of like doorway into actually doing it yourself.